the person who founded Reiki, a Japanese Christian monk,
I remember that.
okay?
Yeah.
It's like people have asked about Reiki before, and then I would say, oh, it's the laying on of hands, it's healing through hands, blah, blah, blah. And they're like, oh, that's not in my religion. And I'm like, what's your religion? Oh, I'm Christian. I'm like, this has nothing to do with your religion. This was a Christian monk who went through this whole process, and they don't even want to know what the process was. They just
They
have this
don't.
automatic belief that it is evil. It is a trap by the devil. I am the basically consort of that entity, and I am going to hurt them because I'm going to channel evil into them, because I cannot do what Jesus did. And it usually stems from Old Testament beliefs, though. And
Yeah.
Reiki, and let me tell you, I have helped.
Oh, that Old Testament.
Here's the deal. And this is what I want our audience and everybody else in the world to really consider before they make up their mind about this. If the work that you are doing is improving people's lives because you have helped them find something they couldn't find, you helped them locate something within themselves that was lost, you helped clear something away from their energetic field that they couldn't do on their own. Just so many different things that you are giving them energetically so that they can do it for themselves. And their life is growing and becoming exponentially better as a result of that. Does that sound like the work of something dark?
No, I mean, if Jesus just came and said, like, I'm the Son of God, everyone would have been like, you're crazy. Like, he had to do the spiritual gifts. He had to do the miracles. He had to have his disciples also do the miracles. And even though the 12 disciples went out, it was actually 72 people of his followers that went out and performed these miracons.
And how many were
And they were
women?
like shocked, like, oh my God, I healed this person. Oh my God, I made this person no longer blind. I made this person, like, I mean, they didn't bring anyone back from the dead, but like they did a lot of the things that he did. But without those spiritual gifts, no one would have ever believed he was the Son of God. Nobody.
Right.
And even with all of those gifts that he performed in the miracles, there were still people who widely doubted him.
Were
So
offended by him. And that is one
yeah.
of the things that I have seen for myself is like people literally just being offended that I say what I say, that I believe in what I believe in, that I do what I do. And so I really want to inspire those who have felt like I have these gifts and I feel like I can't hone them, I can't practice them, I can't work with them because I would be offending a family member, I would be offending God, I would be offending my church. There's a lot of fear around that. And I grew up with that as well, feeling like my father is a born again Protestant. And so my father, who I love dearly, but just has a very different lens on this whole situation. It's like, he believes that he believes everything in the Bible, literally, like everything that is written. But what I
Well, funny, it's interesting. How can you believe everything that's written when there's so many things that contradict each other?
Exactly. And how many times it was translated, first
I
of
mean,
all,
even in the Gospels, you have to say, like, well, this is John's account, and this was, and then there's like Simon's account, and there was Mary Magdalene's account, and then, Matthew's account, which is funny because I always say John because I'm like, listen, first off, Matthew wasn't even there. John was there.
So how did Matthew get
Like,
a gospel?
Mark and Luke, they that was like passed down stories. Like that was, it was learned or whatever. The only one that was there that made it in the Bible was John. And they'll be like, no, this didn't happen this way. And they're like, oh no, this one, he got stabbed in the chest. This one doesn't say he got stabbed in the chest. This one said this was his last word. This one said this was his last word. So how can you say you believe everything in the Bible when there's so many just contradicting stories just even in the Bible itself?
Well, and they take out words that they don't like. They change words that they don't like. And it has been redone like hundreds of times throughout history from different translations with different languages. And I want to point out really quick that with the Old Testament being Aramaic and Hebrew, translating that to English is a very, very, very difficult task.
Yeah.
Translating the New Testament from Greek, really a difficult task because they have like all these different words that are
That we don't
feminine,
have.
masculine, are have a neutrality to them. They have all of these different words for love. They have, all of these different words and ways of saying these words. Like I was reading something about like with Peter being the rock. Well, in the New Testament, it is in Greek and they couldn't determine if rock actually meant like a solid rock foundation or if it meant a small pebble. And because it could be utilized in both ways. Now, I have a lot of feelings about Peter, to be
I know.
completely
We
honest.
both do.
Yeah.
We both
And
do.
so
And we're
I
gonna
don't,
get to Mary Magdalene in a
yeah.
couple episodes, but we'll
I
save him
don't,
for that one. I have a not I would say it's a love-hate relationship with Peter. So I do love him, and I think some of his thoughts was in protection in the sense because and just real I guess real quick is that if Peter denied Jesus 3 times to save himself, back then they would have never listened to Mary, and I think a part of it was, "Oh, they're gonna kill her," and maybe I part of me wants to think that Peter did a lot of those things to kind of protect Mary, um, because we'll talk we're gonna talk about it, but we both think that she was that Jesus and her were married, and, if you kill the husband, you're gonna end up killing the wife, and my ears are ringing now.
ooh, that's a sign.
Yeah,
That
my
is a
left ear is
sign.
ringing, which usually it's my right ear. I don't know
So
what the
I just
difference
want to
is, but
point out really quick when your ears are ringing for anybody who in the audience has experienced what would most in the medical community would call tinnitus. It is not always a medical condition, just like we talked about. I think in the last episode when you talked about going to the eye doctor and the optical
yeah,
phenomena,
the
right? And
optical phenomenon.
the ear ringing is there is a high frequency being, high frequency coming into your energetic
And then
field.
my little Mary Magdalene. It's probably why she's right there at Renee got me this Mary Magdalene statue, little like trinket, and it's probably why because she's on that side.
Yes. And so it's like they have to readjust their frequency to enter into your field. And your field is just basically like your auric field. Everybody has one.
Yeah,
It's an electromagnetic field that is all around all of us. And typically for me, like I always feel like it's an angelic being. I'll get like this very high pitch in like my right or left ear. Sometimes I get it in both. When it happens like that, it almost like stops me in my tracks. It's like deafening. So that is a
yeah, it
sign that
did. So